For the creation of Adam was what caused the deluge on planet Earth, and equally was the cause of the nuclear war between the gods. For Adam was not the first man on Earth. Mankind already existed in Black Africa before Adam. The locale where Adam was created was in sub-Saharan Africa and not the Middle East, and that it was already in the existing Africans that Adam was taken and genetically altered to produce Homo sapiens sapiens, which is the modern man. For Adam is said to have been genetically engineered, kind of a test tube baby from an already existing human species. And by description of the Nephilim god Enki, he first sighted the primitive earthlings in the forest of Africa, who were actually the Black African Bushmen, like the forest people. And these people were known by the ancient Yorubas as Igbo, and the Igbos as Ndimo. These African Bushmen were also seen as the son of the South Africans and also Igbo or Inshi of the West Africans. And the time frame at which this creation was made was around 300,000 BC by the Nephilims record, corroborated by the modern science. These Nephilims were scientists and in other words called the Anunnakis, and their lead was known as Enki. And Enki was given the task to create a primitive man that was intelligent enough to carry out the menial jobs that is required of him by the Nephilims. These Anunnakis or Nephilims were on earth for a purpose. They came in search of gold so as to close up a hole that was opening in their ozone layer or realm. Enki, who is said to have been the lead of these Nephilims and the one that is meant to create the being that will help in the menial jobs of getting the gold, announced to all, let me tell you that the being which we are looking for has been found. All we got to do is to put our essence in that being, which before there was Homo sapiens, there were Homo erectus. Enki announced to the other gods that if they gather and put their essence, their mark of essence in this Lulu, which they called the primitive worker, that he will be able to do all the work or the menial job and be able to stand and be intelligent enough to do the work for them. And from a molecular DNA research around 300,000 BC, mankind made a giant leap from being a primitive man, which was Homo erectus, to a Homo sapiens knowledge man, which is the modern man. And Enki, who is said to be the lead of these Anunnakis or the Nephilims, is said to have given a subsequent instruction to the creator goddess. And the instructions goes like this: mix to the clay from the soil the basement of the earth, just above the Abzu, and shape it into the form of a core. For I shall provide good knowing young gods who will bring that clay to the right condition. And you can see how it was described in Genesis chapter 2. And Yahweh Elohim fashioned the Adam clay of the soil, and he blew into his nostril the breath of life, and Adam turned into a living soul. And after testing the genetic composition of the earthlings, Enki announced, Ningis Zida. In Sumerian, it means the thought. They have created a man, a gigantic primitive man that can now be able to do the work for them. If you find this content knowledgeable, please give it a like, comment, and follow me for more, because there is more continuation about the story